Everybody, what's up? OBS decided to update on me today, and I don't know what's happening, so we're just gonna roll with it. My stream deck is messed up. Yeah, it's totally not working. So I'm gonna have to manually switch and control. So apologies for the late start. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. I'm just streaming on YouTube today. Thanks for joining me, being a part of this. It's been a busy week for me. I was in Chicago at the Square One conference by Advanced Design. That was pretty fun. Had a chance to discuss and talk about a little bit about my journey as a designer and educator. Talked about the perspective drawing guide right there, my book. I'll show a little bit of it again today. If you have any questions, let me know too. What's up, Media RBLX? How you doing? How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you're good. Hope you're well, happy and healthy and all that. Just got over COVID as well. Apologies for pushing the stream out last week. I just wasn't feeling good at all. Mental health is a real thing. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I appreciate you being here. Let me know where you're watching from. What's up today? How you been? We're gonna get started as we usually do. Yeah, OBS is like totally different today. So hopefully I can figure this out and not completely muck it up. I have to restart my computer like twice. Okay. I mean, it looks cool. The update looks really cool, but there's just a lot of stuff happening that I'm not familiar with. Hey, Peter. How you doing? If anyone was at Square One, say hey. Watching from ANYCFX, how you doing? Catch your TikTok lives from time to time. All right, we're going to warm up. It is Sci-Fi Sunday, but we can kick off sketching pretty much anything. I'm just going to warm up real quick. Straight lines, paper angled, correct posture and whatnot. I'll also be at Adobe Max next week. Hope to see you there. And if not, maybe you can catch me on the interwebs. There's also, from Massachusetts, Santa Cruz. Nice. I used to live in San Francisco. So I'll be doing Adobe Max, presenting on Adobe Fresco, looking at the perspective drawing tool, reference layers, all the brushes, the interface and whatnot. Pretty simple, but I like to keep it simple. So that's what we'll be doing. This week was kind of shocking, actually. I don't know if y'all know Kim Jung Gi, the artist, or Kim Jung Gi. I don't know how to say his name, so Kim Jung Gi. Apologies if I completely hacked that up and mispronounced, but he passed away suddenly this week, so we lost a fantastic member of the art community. Super inspiring. When people would ask me, who inspires you, what artist or who do you look up to, oftentimes he was one of those people. He just had this amazing brain and eye and ability to, this is gonna get confusing, to see things and just draw. He talked about his memory and how he just kind of stored everything in his head. Pretty remarkable, pretty amazing person. I'm gonna try and be efficient today with time and with my warm-ups as well. Don't want to be wasting too much paper, right? But I do like paper. As much as things are changing in terms of visual content creation, ideation, illustration, you name it, we live in some really exciting times. Leaps and bounds in our ability to conceptualize, as well as others who may not have formal training to just create things through the use of AI and other digital tools and helps. So it's a pretty exciting time to be alive. I think the next 5-10 years are going to be insane. Absolutely insane. But I look at it kind of this way. Hey, Tom. I look at it kind of this way. right? If your, digital AI tools get you, this far, which is pretty remarkable, you still have to account for, curation, editing, polish, and so on as you're working, right? So I think all of this space here, right, leads to more accessibility and ability, right? Quality of work is going to jump. Quality of stuff we see is going to jump. All of that. Yeah, I'm going to be talking a little bit about this at the Gravity Sketch Conference, and I have a talk that's specifically me talking about what is sketching, what has it been, what is it, and what will it be. So kind of past, present, future. Some of that's going to be speculation, but hopefully informed speculation. Okay, I'll take some suggestions, whatever y'all want to see. In the meantime, I'm going to warm up, I think, doing some water bottles, because I felt like it. I'm a product designer, by the way, for those who may not be aware. It's kind of what I do, at least professionally. So a lot of what I sketch tends to be product design related. So we'll start with a couple water bottle ideas while we wait. At this conference I was speaking at, someone did make a request. How do you sketch Apple AirPods? So I could do that too. But we'll just start with some simple products to kick things off. Also, if you're a professional, if you're part of a team, you're looking to level up on your skills or brush up, whatever, I do offer workshops, so feel free to contact me about that. It's been a busy fall for a variety of reasons for me, but at the same time, also really grateful for all the opportunities I've had. So yeah, if you're part of a team, let me know. And again, as I mentioned, I'll be doing Adobe Max. That is in a week. It is free to the public, so if you want to join in on the fun, at least online, it's free. I should specify there. It is free online. And then there's the in-person conference, which is not free. Ski boot. I could do a ski boot. The old job didn't work out, unfortunately. Oh, that sucks, man. Sorry to hear about that. I actually met Daniela this week. She's one of the founders of Gravity Sketch, and that was pretty fun. So we got to talk a little bit. I'm also going to be giving a workshop as a part of the conference, just a visual communication, ideation, creativity kind of mashup. So I'll be a part of the conference. What else have I been up to? So finished the book. That was a lot of work. It's probably one of the hardest things I've done in my life, for sure. Writing a book. And not everyone's gonna like it, and that's fine. It's nerve-wracking. It is available as an ebook. I did discover it is available as an ebook currently. So if you're interested and you can't wait and you just want to check it out, you can order it as an ebook. It is totally available. Let's use the cheap markers for this one. Some fun colors here. Anyhow, so it is available as an ebook now, but it'll also be out in December. On December 6th, I believe, is the date. December 6th. Yeah, I can do a ski boot. Like I said, normally I do sci-fi on Sundays, but I've been drawing robots all week. So, whoa, the nib just came out. That's weird. I've never had that happen. Anyhow, sorry to hear about that, Tom. Hopefully you do find something quickly that works for you. That's always a little nerve-wracking. You don't have that stability, so I hope you do find something very quickly. All right, so there's the top of our lid. We will birdhouses. Those could be fun too. I'll add that to the list. It's been a while since I've done some birdhouses. Any particular style of birdhouse? We did have a sketch challenge a while back on the Discord, which was pretty fun. I want to use this gray though. Yeah, I guess I could. I'm just using my cheap chart pack markers here because this is just regular printer paper. Just trying to show the idea real quick. Anyhow, so Square One Advanced Design Conference, that was super fun. Got to revisit some memories, you know, how I got started online. I'll give you some of the tips and advice that I gave there. One of those is if you have an opportunity that presents itself, just take it. Take the opportunity. I was thinking about it even after I said it. And a lot of the things I'm doing now in life, whether it's in my spare time or professionally, I can trace back to saying yes to one opportunity. And it was an email I got from a team at Johnson & Johnson. Oh no, SC Johnson Wax was the team. SC Johnson Wax. E-scooter, also a good idea. I'm gonna write these down so you guys are coming in hot with the ideas today. Scooter, birdhouse, and we had ski boot. I don't ski, by the way. Even though I live right next to a mountain resort, several, I don't ski. Like, y'all are crazy. Skiing and bombing down hills and all that. Not for me. No, sir. Actually, I could use this dark olive. Seems cool. What is this? Delta Brown. Quirky birdhouses. Okay. Quirky. Did my video just freeze? What is happening? Okay, no, it didn't. Just making sure. So yeah, my book available December 6th, it looks like, 2022. This is on Amazon, but you should be able to find it on pretty much, you can see I'm shopping for a new laptop. Don't ask about it. Why is it showing my cart? Don't show my cart. Ridiculous. I don't know. Amazon's outing me. Anyhow, available in paperback or Kindle, $10.99, which is crazy. It's a pretty good deal. We have one review. This person was not very happy. Not extremely happy. So anyhow, you can check it out there. I'm not able to give discounts on books or do any pre-signings right now. Apparently these two are frequently bought together, so that's interesting. Whoa. I thought I was switching screens, but I went back to my YouTube streaming window. Now you know all my secrets. Hey Vasisht, it was good to meet you. I met Vasisht this week. That was fun. We were at that conference together. He's a very tall fellow. I didn't know Vasisht would be that tall. So, and Vasisht was probably like, man, Spencer, you're short. I am short. I'm only 5'6", by the way, if anyone's wondering. Now you know. The mystery has been revealed. I'm just going to do some fun colors. I'm only 5'6". Crazy. When I was younger, I always wanted to be taller. But alas, I am short. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who was good. I could call her. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat. 6/4 quarter. Name that song. I'm also realizing I'm like getting old, which has also been an interesting experience in a way. On the one hand, it's nice to have what I'm calling wisdom. Like you have lived experience, you've gone through some stuff. Then on the other hand, it's like, how do you maintain neuroplasticity, right? Flexibility in your thinking, especially as a designer. How do you maintain all that? And at the same time, stay relevant and all those things, right? Super important. Someone said something to me the other day too, which is, at the end of the day, if all you have at the end of your career is a lot of money, have you really lived? Let's do a couple more of these, and then we'll jump on to the other topics. And I was like, you know what? You're right. These are fun to do, mostly because they're simple. Super quick, super loose. So sketchtoday.com. If you've never seen me before, hi, I'm Spencer. I like long walks on the beach. I like hanging out. Vasish also saw me. He saw me get down and party. Designers know how to party. I'm just saying. But speak nothing of the incident, Vasish. Speak nothing of it. I keep pronouncing your name wrong, and I'm sorry, but old habits die hard. But yeah, it was good to hang with some peeps, people I've taught, people I've known for, can I say decades yet? I can almost say decades. People I've known for a long time. It was pretty fun. Planning to get your book, is it recommended for? Yes, I would say it's definitely more skewed toward beginners, me and the publisher. So the way it works, if you want some behind the scenes information, you kind of workshop ideas, and then, you know, based on what they know about their audience and who they sell to and my audience, and, you know, I've always kind of lean toward the basic, simple stuff. So we decided, yeah, let's make this basic. And then here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker, which is why I keep doing these and talking about the book, and you're going to get sick of me talking about it. The more pre-orders that come in, it's only $25. So the more orders and pre-orders that come in, the more likely it is that I can do a follow-up book that's either more topic specific, right? So like creativity and product design, or visual storytelling, things like that, or digital sketching. So hey, Applejacks, what's up? So the more pre-orders come in, the more likely it is I'm going to get that opportunity. The nice thing about having a publisher is they handle all the printing, they handle all the distribution, not all the marketing. But they handle it. So that's nice, because when I did my digital sketch guide, also I am pleased to announce that I am working on my pencil sketching guide officially. So if you like sketching with pencil, I know Applejacks likes doing pencil, so as a patron you will receive a free copy of that. So just keep supporting and you'll get that. But I am working on a pencil sketching guide. But when you self-publish, you have to handle all of the stuff, right? And that is time consuming for sure. I feel like I'm a terrible marketer, and when I tell people that, they're always like, "You really?" I'm I'm like, yeah, I'm not actually good at marketing. I'm a lazy marketer. How about that? I don't put enough stuff out there that's marketing related. So yeah, if you like sketching with pencil, that'll be out, I'm hoping, within the next 30 days or so. I literally just started writing, so and if you've used or seen any of my other guides, it's kind of along the same lines, you know. Hey, what pencils do I like? What's good? How to use pencils. So I'll be doing, you know, showing technique and whatnot as well. Can you share the book link? I want to check it out. All right. It does have a few. This is just Amazon. I know not everyone uses Amazon, so if you have a favorite retailer and you want to buy it from there, that's totally fine as well. Using this link helps support me, but also helps with the book sales, so I get a little kickback, of course, since it's an affiliate link. So we're just doing some water bottles real quick to warm up, and then we're going to jump into, I believe, oh, where did I put that? I already lost it. Scooters, birdhouses, and a ski boot. But we're going to start with the ski boot. I'm not a skier, by the way, so please do not be too harsh on my ski boot. Renzo, I hope you're still here. Yes, it's available digitally as an ebook. So you can use that link, and there's an option here, for example, on Amazon. You can hit Kindle, right? Or reload the page. You can buy with one click, or I can use my 27 cents of my Visa card points to buy the book. But looks like it's $9 off already, which is kind of cool. Amazon discounted that. So if you want to get it, check it out. We can look inside, see a little bit of what's in there. This is the digital version. If you watch my YouTube, a lot of it is stuff that will sound familiar, different types of lines, but I go a little bit more in depth as well. Whoa. A little bit more in depth as well. How to get good lines, focus on grip, ergonomics, all that stuff. Looks like they just put the first few pages in. You probably recognize those sketches from the inking guide that I put together, pen and ink. So yeah, it's kind of like a lot of information just compiled, but also including photo reference of how to hold your pencil, for example, things like that. So if you're interested, check it out. I appreciate the support. Thanks, Renzo. Let me know what you think. You know, like I said, hey, Latrice, what's up? How you been? How you doing? Blessings to you too. Thank you. It feels weird to have something out there, you know, this book, because it's not like I was telling somebody else this weekend, it's not like a YouTube video where you can, you know, take back what you did or correct something. Kind of just is what it is. Once it launches, it just is what it is. So Amita, awesome. So yeah, if you're in another country, for example, and you want the book, chances are whatever retailer you like to use will have it. But at the same time, there should also be, as far as I understand, additional translations available. There should be additional translations available, so whatever language you're looking at or interested in, eventually it'll be there. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's good for you. These bottles are all the same, minus a few details, so I'm gonna stop here in a little bit. Maybe I'll just keep this one super simple. A little bit of a catch here. So once again, reminder, I'll be at Adobe Max next week. I have 1 week here back home with my kids. I'll just be chilling, whatnot, and then it's off to LA Off to LA to go do that. That should be fun. It's been a while since I've been to LA in person anyways. Been there a few times. Interesting city, I will say. Very interesting city. But that should be fun. If you're in the area, let me know. I'd be happy to meet up. Yard House is always a favorite, so I'll probably be there at some point. Hello, Kamesh. I'll probably be at Yard House grabbing lunch, grabbing a burger and a beer. So if you're into that or want to say hi, thank you, Applejacks. I appreciate you and appreciate that. And thank you for the support. I know I haven't been the most consistent. We just had Jordan, one of our mods, sign up again to support me on Patreon, so I appreciate that. I know things are tight. I know life is crazy. Take care of us. The last 2 years have been insane for everyone. So when I say I appreciate it, I really mean that. I'm not just talking to fill time here. Because I could just be quiet and just draw. But I do want to let you know I appreciate you, so thank you. And as always, I hope everyone's doing well. You know, I started doing all of this back to that talk I gave in 2008 because I felt like when I was a design student, I didn't have any... This is why I don't charge for the streams I do. Obviously, you know, I get paid engagements doing workshops and whatnot where content is more specific to the people I'm presenting to, and you get the benefit of having that one-on-one interaction. But as far as students go, I'll always have free content. And the reason for that is when I was a design student, there wasn't anyone out there, like, besides, I think, Scott Robertson. There really wasn't anyone doing free tutorials that were good, and that's the kicker, right? And people ask me, why don't you charge for stuff? Why? It's like, well, like I said, when I was a student, I never had this. I didn't have a designer I could ask questions. I don't know. I guess I just believe part of living life as a human is that when you have an opportunity to do something to help humanity overall, take it and do it. Leave your mark, make a statement, whatever you got to do. But that's the way I see it anyways. So it's not about making as much money as possible. Sure, it'd be nice to make a living just doing this, but I don't think that's in the cards for me personally, but that's why I do it. Oh, you're joining Anaisa. Very cool. Are you going to be there in person or just online? All right, so we got our warm-up sketches. We did some bottles today. They're a little bit flat, but we're just going to roll with it. We'll call them abbreviated sketches, and then we'll get into it a little bit more with our ski boots. I'm just going to do some orthographic profiles here, and then we'll keep going. I'm just looking at some images on my computer for those wondering. Whenever I have a new topic that I've never sketched or I don't know about, then I'll just look at some profiles, get a feel for it, and then I can jump into drawing. So that's what I'm doing right now. Whoa. Let's do a split screen here. so I can see your lovely chats. All right. Oh, you're gonna be there in person. Okay, very cool. Definitely say hi. I'm gonna forewarn you. I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. All right, Anissa, I'm gonna warn you. I'm terrible with remembering names. So if I'm like, if you're like, hey Spencer, it's me, Anissa, I'll be like, who? I'm just terrible with names. So doesn't mean I hate you or I don't care or anything like that. The older I get and the more I live life, the more I realize this has always kind of been a struggle for me. So let's just do a couple profiles here. And I'm just kind of capturing some key lines. Effectively just playing with, the throat of the shoe here. For example, we'll add some details. Yeah, I mean, like this weekend when I was in Chicago, I met a lot of people I've only known online for the last, couple years. And there were a few times where people were like, hey, Spencer, it's good to see you. And I'm like, I have no idea who you are. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I have no idea who you are. So, and to be clear as well, I'm not thinking in terms of functionality here. I'm just kind of going off interesting profile. So if you're an avid skier and you're like, what the hell is he doing? He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'll be like, yeah, I actually don't. If you're like, the angle's off, that would never be comfortable. It's like, I get it. Thank you. But this is just meant to gesturally kind of explore silhouette shape. You kind of see it coming together now, right? You can see it. Hopefully you can see it. Play with some different shapes for this little cutout. Maybe even extend that over. This is just like, art blocking, if you will. Kind of interesting. Maybe these lines actually line up. Who knows? Just playing around. Anyhow, Sketch Day Live. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a happy Sunday. Much love to you. Shout out again to our patrons and channel members. Thank you for the support. Love, the high fives. Let me see if I missed anything here. If you're wondering how to join or what Adobe Max is, let's see. All right, you can find out information here, max.adobe.com, and information on the book. Whoa. I got like some crazy URL, so I'm going to redo that. Text. Copy. The perspective drawing guide. Once I'm finished with the ski boot here, I'll flip through a few pages and talk about what the book is and what my what if we did some sort of mountain motif for these? Would be interesting. Hey, thanks Mauricio. Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about my philosophy and mindset when it came to the book and what I wanted to do and how I wanted it to be different, because in a lot of ways it's a different book. And if you've used any other, like, I appreciate that, by the way, Mauricio, because you know what, I'm not what's the word? I am not immune to imposter syndrome at all. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So hopefully this makes sense. You know, if you can do some quick sketches, even if you're just planning an illustration or you know, designing a product or whatever the case may be, if you can, this is a weird boot. If you can just do some thumbnails, it can save you a lot of trouble. Because like this one, I might be like, you know what, I don't really like how this is feeling, so I'd have to resolve some things here, right? But that's a start. It's a good way to kind of get a feel for what you might want to do. Before you commit to like your full perspective drawing. And I'm not even drawing details on the snaps, right? I'm not really thinking about that right now. And then we'll just throw a couple color pops on these as well. Now, if you were working with, say, sounds like super funky. If you're working with a visual brand language, then you might want to make sure that there's certain elements that are consistent throughout. But in this case, since I'm just kind of freestyling and riffing here, I'm not too concerned about it. And by that I mean like maybe this whole kind of jog is a part of the language, and I would want to make sure that this is a part of each concept, but clearly that's not the case. So just by doing these quick thumbnails, you save yourself a lot of time in terms of, you know, what you might want to commit to in your final design, your final presentation, your final idea, your final composition. Thumbnailing is an amazing thing that you can do to save yourself a lot of time. And I do talk about it in the perspective drawing guide. It's a little bit further back toward the end here. I do have a little example. Let's see. Should be in the back. Whoa. Or maybe not. The other crazy thing about writing a book is like all the stuff is like in your head but a little bit jumbled. And I have a general, oh, there it is. So just an example of like thumbnailing, and I talk about, you know, thumbnailing some cars and then going from say this to that, right? So you have the bones, and then you could tighten up as you draw. There are step-by-steps in the book included as well, like this vacuum cleaner. You can kind of see the progression here from roughing your sketch out, the shoe, to then adding details and so forth. Here's that vacuum cleaner step by step. Tips on tackling complex objects. So literally starting with this block and then ending up with your concept in the end. Or in the case of this garden sprayer, just 2 lines might be all you need to start. And then you can kind of figure things out as you go. Of course, ellipses being a foundational part of sketching. Also talk about, you know, how to translate this ellipse. You can kind of see the progression here in a 2-dimensional way, but also in a 3-dimensional way, right? So if you can draw this 3-dimensional shape, but so much of drawing is really about seeing, like learning to see the progression and changes based on your point of view, or even in this case, without getting into the weeds of talking about multiple vanishing points, right? Here's a 1-point perspective cube on top of a 2-point perspective cube. Whoa, multiple vanishing points in the same system. Hey, redacted computer, or Gerb, Mr. Gerb himself. And just high-level overviews of what these perspective systems mean. 2 vanishing points, 1 vanishing point. At the same time, providing that visual example so you can kind of see what that looks like. And then in terms of a step-by-step, and there's exercises here mentioned as well, little practice things you can do. Just going over my book a little bit, but I tried to do a more intuitive, visually perceptual approach to drawing in perspective. So even if you can start with all parallel lines and shapes, you can tweak these slightly, shifting these corners up, for example, to then create a perspective cube. What if the gerb is eating cereal, it's happy. Or just even seeing in a photo what's happening, right? Here's a 1-point perspective photo with the horizon line, vanishing point outlined. This can of beans, you can kind of see with different vantage point viewpoints how that all changes. So a lot of drawing really is, I think, learning to see. Once you learn to see, then you can translate those things into real world perspective. That's actually in my house. That one too. Contrast, right? And I've mentioned this on the stream before, but if you notice where you have 2 walls changing direction, that's where you have the changing contrast, right? Because light is hitting those surfaces completely different. Writing a book is this comprehensive is far from being in process. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's comprehensive, because if you want the most in-depth, constant, comprehensive guidebook on sketching, this is not it. All right, so I'll say that. Maybe I'm doing myself a disservice by saying that, but if you do want that, then pick up Scott Robertson's book. I didn't want to even approach that because Scott is very much his stuff is very much more technical than mine would be or would ever be, and I value what he does, but I didn't want to overwhelm people as well. So for someone who is a bit more experienced, it may not be the book for you, which is kind of what I was alluding to. But if you're someone who prefers a more intuitive approach, you'll like the book. You'll like it. All right, let's keep locking in our shapes here. Rice Krispies, Frosted Squares, or Apple Jacks. Hey, there's an Apple Jacks here. Are you saying the gerbil's gonna eat Apple Jacks? Or viewer? Yeah, and I would consider Scott to be a friend too. So I didn't consult with him on this, but I definitely didn't want to just make another book that was like the same as every other book. So I fully expect the reviews to be mixed, and that's okay, because one thing I've learned, if there's anything I've learned in this journey of visual communication, sketching, presentation online, is you can't make everybody happy, and I'm okay with that. If you're making everybody happy, then something's off. Oh yeah, Grayson, I work on fundamentals all the time. Sometimes I'll just sketch cubes in my spare time. I'll just do basic stuff. I'll do thumbnails, things like that, right? So now we have 6 different ideas. I mean, this one's kind of going down the page like that, and this one's going across. I can fix that in Photoshop if I were presenting this. But even then, you're right. Like, all that stuff for sure is important, and it's important to always be sharp with it if you have that opportunity. So I'm not above it, that's for sure. I'm absolutely not above doing the basic stuff. So Sketch A Day Live, thanks for joining once again. I'm Spencer, industrial designer, creative, troublemaker, you name it. What else am I working on right now? I am learning to make candles. So I've been making candles in my spare time, scented candles. So that's been fun. Just a couple color pops here, right? To just kind of show those color breaks or material breaks or whatever is important to you in the design. Sometimes a useful way just to highlight those main elements. Like I said, I was in Chicago this week. That was pretty fun. Got to meet a couple people who've watched my streams actually for some time. So that was, it's always interesting when you do. What's the best candle scent for sketching? I like very earthy, woody scents myself. I know not everyone likes that. So one of my pet projects, if you will, is I have a home goods line of products, lighting accessories, as well as some art. And it's called VSL, which stands for Very Salt Lake. That's where I live, Salt Lake City, Utah. And so yeah, the fragrance candles are just an extension of me creating home goods, right? That's all it is. But I like earthy, woody scents myself. How about y'all? I did get a sample of blood orange and that was pretty good too. All right, let's do our ski boot. Give you some crazy perspective since we don't have a lot of space here. So again, start by blocking things out. Quite literally just blocking them out. I don't know which of these I want to do. And truth be told, it'll probably change as we go along here. But what I'm trying to do is look at now this side profile. I do like the jog in this one, so I'm going to pull that in. I'll pull the jog in. This kind of came down a little bit like so. Over. All right, so we'll just start with our lines like that. Also had this right at the jog coming down like so. Maybe something like so. Now I can start to round out the toe as we go. And these straps here. Like I said, I'm just faking it because I'm not a skier, so I haven't done the work of familiarizing myself with this. So we're literally just sketching objects, not so much designing it, if that makes sense. But you can get a lot done if you just block things in. I mean, even this sketch, right? I could, if I wanted to, do an overlay of this sketch. So I've got a little tab on the back, but I'll probably miss that. I could do an overlay and get a nicer version of this, but we'll just go along with what we have here. Once again, this is Sketchaday Live. Thanks for joining. I'm Spencer. I like long walks on the beach, making music, talking while I draw, and all of that. There's the ski boot. There's our perspective kind of grid that I'm working with. This should actually have come down a little bit more here, but yeah, more like that. See, I don't even know what the top of a ski boot looks like. So we're just faking it. We're having fun. I'm having fun. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, please stop this madness. Stop it. Earthly scented. Exactly. Like woody, earthy scented candles for gerbs. I'm a big fan of loose sketches, so I love sketching loosely. By loose, I mean, still confident, like this is based on perspective, but you got all the like construction lines and whatnot. I love that. It's my jam. We'll add some color on this too. I think I'll make them red. I think I'll make them red with black straps. Maybe some green accents, or is that too on the nose with like Christmas and whatnot? Yeah, this is all pen so far, as you can see. We'll finish up from there. I think on mine, just this back portion was red, but I'm gonna flip that. Why am I using a chart pack marker though? Why? Oh, why? Because this is actually marker paper. I also like to outline where I'm applying the marker, which is why I'm doing this. I don't know if it actually helps, but I do mention that in the book too. But for me, it just makes it a little easier to know where I'm coloring, what I'm doing, if I just take a little bit of a step here. And now I'm thinking about light, right? If I have light here, then I'm gonna end up with some sort of juicy highlight, maybe along those lines. All right, so I'll leave that. And then shadow core as well. But also some shadowing here. You know, maybe some reflective stuff happening inside. And we can take our other marker and start to shade this down, or rather, create some contrast as we go. I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. Get our gray straps on. I don't think I've ever done like a really tight marker rendering for y'all on the show, by the way. That'd be a fun show. Like one sketch, super tight marker rendering, like, you know, break out all the masking tools, all the finessing tools, all of it. These are like Santa's ski boots. But yeah, that'd be a fun one to do. Alright, let's get our shadow core going here. When I say marker rendering, by the way, I mean like the old school, like marker. I really should airbrush this, by the way. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Okay, it wasn't plugged in, so now it's plugged in. The reason I'm going to airbrush it is for the shininess of it all. I need a little bit of a gradient through here, which I can get that way. And then I also want to beef up the shadow core a bit. That is a great question. Allow me to remove this tangle from the airbrush and then I'll answer. Okay, how fast does it go through? It really depends on how much. Like I put a lot right here. So it depends on, I'm just using a black pen right now to kind of enhance some of the line work. But it depends on how much you use it. On the bright side, for me anyways, what I have working for me is I have ink refills. So Copics on their face are expensive because you can buy a Copic. I don't know what they cost right now. I should check. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of secret, right? I love when you support me through Amazon purchases, but since y'all are here right now, I'm gonna show you this website I like to use. I hope they're still in business. This pandemic shut down a lot of people. All right, so go to this website, carpediemmarkers.com. Okay. And they're actually based in LA. I'm going to go back when I go down there. They have an actual store and you can just buy all this stuff. So let's see. Copic sketch. Look at that. Copic sketch marker, $5.25. Normally, these are like seven something at my local store. Okay, so you can go there. So the marker is like $5.50, let's say, with tax. And then you can go get ink. Are they out of all their inks? Oh, that's rough. That's crazy. Okay, various ink. Let's see. Dang. This must be a pandemic thing. Let's see. Oh, Copic ink refills. There we go. So then you can buy the ink refill, $5.99. And so this ink refill should refill the marker like 3 to 4 times, right? So if it's 4 times, then that's going to be, what is that, 1 2/3? So about $1.25, right? Something like that. I don't know, $1.30. But you can do that. Just get the ink refill, get the marker. It's a, you know, an initial investment of about $8 a marker. Yes, I have hundreds of markers, but at the same time, I'm not worrying about how much ink I'm using as I go. Does that make sense? I hope it does. That was a good question. It actually gave me some time for the ink to dry here. Hello, Mystery. What's up? Good to see you, man. I know I haven't been on the Discord, but I've been observing at a distance, seeing people posting and stuff. I forgot to mention, I also met Felix. He's a professor up in Canada, so I got to meet him this week too, which is pretty fun. Yeah, carpediemmarkers.com. That's where you want to go. Or if you prefer to support me, use Amazon. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, Carpe Diem marker is a good resource. I don't know why I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it, I should say. Just add another color in here. Color pop eventually. I don't even remember how I found that website, but I've been using it for over a decade. Easy. Over a decade. It's just so much cheaper. So you can hopefully see my style is more quick product design style sketching, but all these principles apply even if you're kind of trying to do more illustrative work. It's just a matter of taking a little bit more time, but I'm impatient. So here we are. Well, here we are again. I don't know if we'll get to the birdhouses today after all, but also, like I said, I don't know what the top of the ski boot looks like, alright? I don't. So, I don't know if there's a throat, but let's go ahead and put one in anyways. Probably is some sort of throat. All right, I'm going to post 2 links. There's one link, and then the other is carpediemmarkers.com. And and I'll post that link too. All right, I'll be nice, and I'll share my super secret link with you. Give him some business. Cause yeah, I've used them for a long time. They're pretty great. I don't know about international shipping, by the way, since I live in the US, but you could always ask them. The other thing with Copics too, you have to realize, maybe you didn't realize this, they are price controlled for the most part. I don't know how Carpe Diem marker does it, but they seem to be able to give discounts on Copics, which is another reason I like them. So I don't know if they're just like sticking it to the Copic man. But somehow they've figured it out where they're able to give those discounts. All right, I'm gonna call this one done. Boom, 22. Let's go, baby. Almost done. Almost done. Some sort of logo on the front, whatever that is. Anyhow, so there you go. Perspective ski boot, and then we also had our ski boot orthos. Right, so put these together in a composition. You got something you can present. Maybe a little bit of digital tweaking here and there. All right, so there was ski boots, birdhouses, I think, and then e-scooter was the other one. Let me think of something. Let me think for a minute on e-scooter. I guess you mean the ones that are kind of like this. They've got a handle there. Oh, hey, Joanna. Good to see you. Joanna was also there on Sunday. Okay, I'll do AirPods last. We'll do birdhouses another time. Just because Joanna was in Chicago. Maybe you're I don't know, maybe you're still in Chicago from the Square One conference. Who knows? Maybe you still are. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I don't know. See how this goes. Just kind of getting the bones here. They tend to have very thick steering columns for some reason. You ever like see a sketch and then you realize the ellipses are off and it ruins the whole sketch for you? That's like one of my biggest pet peeves, so I try to avoid it. Oh, it just landed. Nice. Well, it was good to see you, Joanna. And I hope you have fun on your next leg of activities, whatever you're up to. So in this instance, maybe the wheel can steer independent of all this underneath here. Gotta get our battery pack in. Maybe some sort of light on the back. And perhaps this is height adjustable. If it is height adjustable, that could flip up, maybe extend the column up a bit. Anyhow, super quick sketch. Not trying to overdo it. I'd probably add a little bit of room here between the wheel and our little mud guard. Alright, so we got one. Hey, Sticky Art, what's up? Good to see you. I just got a request for an e-scooter, so that's what I'm doing right now. Maybe this one, however, has a little bit of a gap for the column and the wheel. So we can start there. Just angle that back a bit. Wouldn't need the same thing in the back. This is for steering reasons, clearance. And maybe somewhere to put your iPhone, or it's a built-in controller of some sort. You know, I've never ridden an e-scooter. Isn't that crazy? I've never ridden an e-scooter. I've always been tempted, but then I'm like, what if I fall? What if I guess that's a little bit like life. What if you fall? You could fly. So yeah, maybe this is a little bit more practical looking. Of course, if I was showing this to a client, I'd clean it up as we go. But I'm just trying to make it through the stream here. All right, we're going quick and dirty. But hopefully you can kind of see what I did with this, which is, you know, you've got these perspective lines that are kind of driving the overall look, right? Eventually you end up with kind of this box, invisible box around your stuff. But that's all it is, right? Think of it that way. You kind of make sense of things, right? Pro finger, scooterer, and border. Interesting. Pro finger scooterer. Oh, you're on a plane. Gotcha. Sorry, I just responded to a message there that I got. Anyhow, that's as much as I'll do on the scooter, but you can kind of see the idea, right, in terms of perspective, right? Convergence, right? Pretty straightforward. Okay, AirPods. Someone requested AirPods. I'm gonna take a look at an AirPod, because what I want to do is think about the primary geometry here. I actually don't have AirPods. I have AirPods Max and I have AirPods Pro. Let's see what AirPods look like. All right. Oh wait, those are, oh, okay. AirPods, 3rd generation. Oh, they've got the little nubbins on now. Oh no, those are Pro. AirPods, 3rd gen. Bienvenue. I don't know what that is. Is that French? Bienvenue? Or is that? It's not Spanish. Spanish should be bienvenidos. Bienvenidos al presentación de Spencer. Mucho gusto. Soy un diseño de diseño industrial. Tengo que practicar mi español porque hace mucho tiempo. Let's see. Okay, very organic looking. Very organic looking, but I think I can figure this out. I'm just looking at just for by way of information. I'm just again doing what I did before, just looking at a few images to kind of get a sense of what the geometry is and how to go about it. All right. So I think they're fairly straightforward, pretty simple in the sense that what I like to ask myself or think about is what's the closest approximate shape to the shape I'm trying to draw. Right? So if I look at an earpod, right, the closest approximate shape would be something like this in orthographic view. But in actuality, it's probably something more like this. Almost like two circles shifted slightly, and then this stem piece here, right, blends in. But not only that, we're rotating the earpiece. So from that we go, this is just a mental model for how I think about it. Something like this. Depending on which side you're looking at anyways, is what we're dealing with. So how do you draw that in perspective? How do you draw that in perspective? That is the question. How long have I been streaming? Oh, an hour and 18. Damn. It's a long time. I didn't even realize what time it was. Okay. So we can approach this two ways. One is to kind of draw some perspective lines like so to kind of identify the main components. Actually, it'd be more like this, right? And so then I could kind of rough this out, just having some thickness to it, like so. Maybe changing that profile slightly. Got our opening here. And then we also have our stem. It comes down. So this is one way you could go about it. Stem feels a little bit high, so I'm going to drop that down. Like so. Maybe a little shadow there, right? So we got one way to do it. Two lines. Third line, like so. And then the other way to do this, maybe two circles, like so. Connect. And then just off here, draw another cylinder, a little bit of a fillet. Got our metal tip there, a little bit of shininess. Hey, Mr. Sweet. Mr. Sweet Roman. So probably something like that. And just where these two shapes overlap, I'm just adding in a little bit of a shadow. And that's the AirPod. I know you're probably expecting more or something, I don't know, different, but just taking a minute to analyze forms, sometimes you can figure out these relationships, right? And then translate that into your sketch. So that's what I do. I mean, this I could probably rotate a little bit more. Like so. But even then, like, close enough. That for me, that's close enough to, at the very least, be able to do something of an overlay. Whoa. Something like this. So when I say overlay, this is what I mean. Yeah, me too, Sticky. I talked about that a little earlier on the show. Just how shocking that was to find out he passed. He was such a cool dude. He followed me on Instagram. I never met him, but occasionally he would interact here and there. I just think he had a, genuine love of visual creation and all of that. So just really shocking, really shocking to hear that he was gone. Let's draw the other side, and for this I'm just flipping and drawing the inside face here. Life is simple. All emotions are beautiful. Life is simple. All emotions are beautiful. I never got to meet him though. I wish I did. A few of my friends got to meet him, but I never even had the opportunity. Like, he just wasn't anywhere in proximity to where I was at any given time, so it wasn't even like a thing. So, but yeah, life is short. You never know. If you have a chance to meet someone, go meet them, because you never know. I mean, I could drop dead tomorrow. It's possible. I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm just saying it's possible. So, but really unfortunate. My heart goes out to his family, loved ones, and the entire art community as well. He was just so inspiring, so talented, so amazing. Yeah, get out there, do some pen sketches. That was the other crazy thing, is he would just take a pen. I don't know if anyone doesn't know who he is, but if you love art, you should know who he is. He would just take a pen and a blank canvas and just start drawing, and even if he made a mistake, I'm sure he made mistakes, right? I'm sure he made mistakes, but he was so good that he would just work everything into his drawings, and it was like just magic watching this dude work. Seriously, so inspiring. I'm here just drawing some dumb Earpods, but he was really going at it. So that's how I go from analyzing a form, figuring out what makes it look the way it does, to then being able to draw that thing. All right, so quick Earpods. We did our scooter sketch right there. Snow boot, we did that, or ski boot rather. Some ski boot thumbnails and ideation. And then kicked our show off with some water bottles. Pretty quick, pretty simple form. Okay. So hopefully you're a little bit motivated like Sticky today to go out and draw, do something, be something. As I always say, if you learn something today, be sure to take some time to teach someone, because if you actually teach someone, it forces you to know how you do what you do, translate it and package it in a way that other people can understand. And if other people can understand it, you're going to understand it better. All right. Sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, if you want to get better at doing something, figure out a way to package it and teach it, and it'll help you be better. Thanks again to the patrons and channel members for your support. Much appreciated. Much love. High fives, hollabacks, and hugs to you. I'll be back this week before I head off to Adobe Max. So reminder, I'll be at Adobe Max 2022 in person as well as online. I'm one of the few actually that'll be there in person and online. So I appreciate your support. Be there, cheer me on, give me high fives. Tell Adobe I'm your favorite creator. Do all the things. Only if you feel that way though. But I'll be there this week. So look out, not this week, next week. Starting on the 17th. So look out for that. Let's see what else. Okay, thanks to patrons. Teach, Adobe Max. Oh, the book. Yes, the book. No, I already messed this one up. So this is going to be my personal copy. I've got ink on it, but Perspective Drawing Guide drops December 6th. Check it out. It's 168 pages, so it's not a heavy read. It's pretty light, but if you like what I do, if you like what I have to say, definitely pre-order, support, because the publisher then will be like, oh, shoot, this guy has a lot of fans. We need him to do a follow-up, more advanced book. All right. And then I'll be like, yeah, I'll do it. So if you like what I do, pre-order that. Check it out. It'll be out December 6th. It's available now as an ebook. I have a few copies myself. I'll be signing some copies, purchasing and signing copies for myself, and then selling those as well. So if you're interested in a limited edition signed copy, you can hold off, and I'll hook you up then. All right. Much love to you. Take care. I'm going to go spend time with my kids, grab some lunch, relax for a bit. So until next time, I'll see you right here on Sketch-A-Day. Peace, everybody.